Alright, so next up in the player review series, we're going to look at limited time team of the week. Antonio Brown, he's 94 overall for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We were able to pick him up for 230,000 coins, partly because the road to the playoff promo has launched and a lot of people are fire selling their players to go get one of those. Now he has 92 speed, 97 catch, 96 elusiveness, 97 route running, 98 catch in traffic, 93 spec catch, and 86 jump at 5'10". He set the NFL season high for most receiving yards in a game with an incredible 284 yards on 17. That's right, 17 catches. Now, of course, the thing about Antonio Brown that makes him such a dynamic weapon is the fact that he's a great kick returner. It's at the 93. But as far as run blocking, man, it's low. He has like in the 50s. Now, I'm going to put him at returner because he has 96 stamina. So that puts him in good shape. Now, of course, we're going to go ahead and pair him up with his teammate Ben Roethlisberger. I believe this is the team of the week from week 2. And he has 96 throw power, but he's not the most accurate of quarterbacks. The only attribute he has over 90 in accuracy is throw accuracy mid at 91. So we picked him up for around 50K, and we're going to go ahead and make him the starter of our team just to pair him up there. Of course, this is the squad that we're putting around that team of the week, Antonio Brown. Right here, you're going to see the defense. And as we alluded to earlier, we're going to also put him at kick returner, and we're going to put him at punt returner as well. So we're going to go into the head-to-head seasons. It looks like we're going up against an opponent who has a whole bunch of legends on the squad. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is basically just focus on plays where we went to Antonio Brown. And right off the bat, the one thing I noticed is that speed-wise, he wasn't always going to make the big catch, or I should say get away from defenders, and then if I'm aggressive catching, he wasn't going to always make that big catch. Right here, as my opponent gets the ball after a punt, we just level him and get the ball back on a fumble. Now I'm going to continue putting Antonio Brown in spots where his route running is going to shine, and I noticed that the middle was pretty open, so I started calling plays to get him up the middle. Right here on a nice crossing route, he's going to get us a first down. So I tried him out again on the aggressive catch, and this was very, very nice right there. So contrary to what we saw earlier, look at that nice little touchdown that he got there. 1st and 10. My opponent's going to go down the field, and he's going to bomb us with this little glitchy streak route right here, which is going to get him a touchdown and tie the game up. So as we continued on, we got the ball back. We have to answer even though we're tied, and right here, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. His hands aren't going to be strong enough for some reason to make him a pretty good aggressive catch option, not just his height. Right here, we flip the play, we put him on the opposite side, and I don't know. I think maybe when he's jumping for balls, it's when the problem is. But I just didn't see him as a straight up #1 receiving option. But right here, as you can see, man, having him in a slot type route where you're trying to attack the middle of the field was whenever he really shined. Right there on 4th and 3, we sent the heat and we got the nice sack. Here I tried him up on a streak to see how he did there, and once again I just could not get him to catch a ball over a defender. And here he hits up with some heat and he gets the ball back. On 3rd and 18, my opponent right before the half tries to bomb us deep, and we're able to get the interception with our base elite Pat Pete. 2nd and 10, I'm going to step back, and right there he does hang on to the ball. So as you can see, I'm trying to give you a lot of options so that you can make a decision on whether or not this is somebody that you can have to lead your team. So he wasn't a sure thing. Like, that's what I look at in a #1 receiver. Are you a sure thing that if I'm in a pinch and I'm desperate, I can just complete a ball to you? Right here you see we stop our opponent on 3rd down, and it forces him to have to go for 3, 2nd and inches. Ben Roethlisberger drops back, and Antonio Brown is able, like, his route running is so precise, man. So he's able to get the catch there for us, and oh my God, Ben Roethlisberger. And that's why, guys, the throw power is not the biggest of deals in this year's game. It's really about that throw accuracy. Yes, if you're just throwing deep balls all game, then throw power is going to matter. But as you saw right there, we had him wide open for a touchdown. We just couldn't complete a regular wide open pass to our receiver. On 4th and 6, my opponent is able to make the conversion, and then on 3rd and goal, he's going to try to hit us with the toss play, but fortunately, we're able to get him stopped. But then on 4th and goal, he's going to go for the quarterback sneak, which should have tied the game up, but he's going to go for 2, and then he's going to do this. I don't know what the hell he was doing there, but then on 2nd and 9, we hit a play action pass. I throw it over to Antonio Brown. That's the one thing, man. If you're going to have him at the slot, let's say on a team that has maybe, I don't know, Team of the Week Calvin Johnson and BCA, Breast Cancer Awareness, Larry Fitzgerald, he'd be an excellent 3rd option there, in my opinion. Now, going into the next gameplay, right here, we completed to Antonio Brown up the middle, and I knew right away that nobody was ever going to be able to hold him. So right here, we throw it up to Antonio Brown, and he makes a nice adjustment and catch there for the touchdown. Right here, Antonio Brown, once again, man, if you're going to put him route running against somebody else as far as man coverage, that 97 is hard to beat. Few cornerbacks going to be able to cover him one-on-one. 1st and 10, we're going to go down the field, and at that point, I was just forcing balls to Antonio Brown. So my opponent gets the pick. On 3rd and goal, I send the heat. It forces him to have to kick a field goal, and they go within 4. 1st and 10, we completed to Antonio Brown, who is going to burn everybody for a touchdown right there. So, I mean, his speed is enough to get away from people, but it's not enough to be able to just dominate your opponent and torching him with your speed. 4th and 18, my opponent's going to complete a ball basically to the flats. I don't know why. It was well covered. And then on 1st and 10, we're going to throw it deep to Antonio Brown, give him one more shot. And I mean, he was double covered there. We were just forcing it. I can't hold that against him. 1st and 10 for my opponent. He's going to throw the ball down the field, and that was basically a punt to Glover Quinn. And that's just going to about do it for my opponent. So what's my final verdict? My final verdict is that if you have a receiver that's going to be about 200,000 to 250,000 coins, I mean, it's just not going to be worth it to pick him up to be your number 1 receiver. I have better luck with Deshaun Jackson as far as deep balls and aggressive catches and things like that. And Deshaun Jackson is only, the flashback Deshaun Jackson is only a 91 overall receiver. So go ahead and give me a like if you like this card or if you like the gameplay. Subscribe if you're new in the comments section below. Let me know if you picked up this card and if maybe you had better luck with him. Also, let me know who else you guys want to see on these player review series, specifically talking about one of those new road to the playoff cards. Anyway, that's going to be it for your boy. Guys, have a great day, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace. Hey boys, it's your boy TeKRaJ, and I'm here to talk about the Road to the Playoffs promo that EA is rolling out this Tuesday and staggering through Friday. Very important pack. That's the flashback pack. What can we get out of this pack? Hopefully we get a Vic. Hopefully we get something pretty good. Let's see what we get.